Be trying to make sure I'm commenting. Let me see the comments now. What is up, everybody? Happy sunrise from the Pacific West Coast. But if it's the afternoon for my East Coast people, happy afternoon. And if it is the evening for my Italians and Europeans and all my people overseas, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so, y'all, I'm going to be real authentic because y'all know I like to keep it authentic. When I, was like, Spirit, what the live gonna be about now? What I heard was, they keeping sacred space, holding space for others. That's what it was gonna be about. And I woke up this morning and your girl was like, Spirit, is that what I'm speaking about today? Is that what I'm speaking about today? And then I got in the car. My plan was to get to the office early. I was going to be in meditation and prayer and see what was going to come. I ended up having to have a very in depth conversation with one of my partners. I'm a polyamorous practicing person. Um, and I was like, damn, the live is probably going to be about this, some level of unconditional love and things like that. So then I got in here and I said, okay, Spirit, I had oh, let me make sure that I'm tuned up on this other side so that I can see y'all comments. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because I know for a fact I'm going in a whole nother direction than what I thought this live was gonna be about. So let me make sure I'm up in here with y'all. Okay, man. Alright, so now I start again. So I was like, is this what it's going to be about? Is it going to be about unconditional love? What is it really going to be about? And so I'm going to be real with y'all. So I have been, for the past 15 years, really pouring into myself. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I turn this down. For the past 15 years, I poured so much into myself. When I got pregnant with my daughter and I had my daughter, I was coming from a place of being very aggressive. I used to fight a lot. And I was like, I don't want to move forward like this. And so I tell this story all the time. I met Amelie and I went into really talk therapy, in which for me that was really satisfying because I know that myself and other practitioners, we do like to say, oh, talk therapy is not enough. We do like to say that. For myself, I will say that talk therapy, I came to gratitude. I came to a deep understanding by getting it out of my body that everything was divinely happening for me and divinely orchestrated. So for the past 15 years, I've poured that information into myself, of benevolence, of everything is happening to serve me, from the programs that I've poured into myself as far as modalities, up level communication, showed you how to get to gratitude. Everything about my journey was how to see that everything is divinely happening for me. And so that's what I've been pouring into myself, y'all, for 15 years straight. Didn't falter, didn't go backwards, didn't say, nah, that can't be true. I'm victim blaming. Didn't do none of that. Was like, no, this stuff is benevolent. What's up, Dewan? Been pouring into myself this information. So I really live my life like that. I really live my life as my higher self knows more than me. And so I surrender to that. And so being polyamorous, I am open to connecting on different levels with humanity. I always like to say all the time, like, being polyamorous, how I am polyamorous, I have more support than I've ever had from people that never touched me, never met me, never, I don't have obligatory sex, stuff like this. So, 15 years pouring this into myself. So, I'm poly. I recently was like, yo, I'm really just kind of focused on me. Had went through like a breakup, whatever the case may be. I was like, yo, I'm just going to really be focused on me. And of course, like I said, I surrendered to my higher self. My higher self had other plans for me. and I met somebody that I've been dating, and I was really shook, really blew my mind. Very receptive, very like could hold space like damn near no other, just amazing, really. And so we've been connecting, whatever the case may be. And when we started connecting, I said, well, I'm just really focused on myself, blah 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 blah. So I went to this event last last I'm gonna be real, last Saturday, y'all. It's been 1 week. I went to this event and I met somebody that I was really taken aback. I was really, really taken aback. Like I couldn't believe that I was seeing this person in human form. And what was said by both of us was like, yo, I missed you. You could tell that there was a resonance of the same amount of worship, the same information, the unconditional love, the community building, that we both really had poured this into ourselves for quite some time. So to be authentic, I had never met a man that he started talking about compersion. I didn't even bring it up. He started talking about compersion and about people being happy for the people they love, regardless of, you know what I'm saying? And so it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was the first time that I saw a man that I had like a connection with, that I saw his vision supersede mine. And I had always been a proprietor for like, yo, like, as a female, and the conditioned rhetoric being like submission, would love to, but I can't submit if a person's vision does not supersede mine. And because my vision for humanity is such a high call, like I see such a different reality for us. I only have the 1858 for those who are into human design. That's the channel. It got judgment, it got correction. And it's not a bad judgment, because people that know me, and they'll tell you I don't judge nothing. I shame nothing. I see everything as a mirror into myself. What's up, D's? I see everything as a mirror into myself. So it was the first time I had met somebody that I'm like, yo, their vision supersedes mine. And so I can rock with this. And so because of it, in 1 week, obviously the connection is where it is. And so I was like, what am I really going to be talking about today? What am I really going to be talking about today? So I came in the office, man, and I opened up my book. And so what I want to talk to y'all today about is y'all calling, is y'all destiny, is why you're here. That's why I just gave you this whole fucking long story about me and my poly journey, and about surrendering to my higher self, because the conscious mind, y'all, is going to try to control. It's running on 40 bits. It think it know everything. The mind, it think it know everything. 11:11 on my clock. But the mind is just used for data. The mind is used just for that. It's not for choices. It's not for deep understanding. And so today, I want to talk to you about your highest spiritual purpose. I want to talk to you about your highest destiny. I want to talk to you about what calls to your soul, what calls to your passion. And I want to let you know that no matter where you try to veer off, your spirit's calling is always going to call you. And God is going to laugh at your plans. It's going to laugh at what your conscious mind thinks it can perceive. A lot of us, especially like I said, this I'm on some poly shit. Right? You might be on some revolution of education shit. I've been there. You might be on some, I need to reconstruct the workplace. I say all that to say, the reason why you could feel so different in a lifetime is because you were never built to be comfortable in paradigms in which you were meant to transform. You wasn't meant to play by the same rules that everything been playing with. We have a 70% divorce rate. We have broken families left and right. We throwing away people left and right because we don't know how to transition relationships. This is why I started coaching up level, because I finally saw a system that said, oh, you ain't got to do that. You can show up authentic, you can process, and you can create from the God mindset, because you can create any reality you want. The thing about it is, what are you creating, and are you trying to create that which has already existed and hasn't worked? You got new shit to bring about. So, and this is very similar energy, y'all. I took my daughter out of school for 5 years. Y'all know I love stories. I love examples because it helps. It helps it hit even deeper. I took my daughter out of school for 5 years. We unschooled, no academics. She begged me to go back to school about seventh grade. I put her back in school. And when she went back to school, I found myself getting frustrated over the construct, the same construct I didn't believe in, the same construct I pulled her out of. I saw myself like, oh my God, you gotta be on time. Oh my God, you gotta have these grades. But it's the same construct that I don't believe in. And I don't know if y'all peep how much we do that. We say we don't fuck with the government, but we fucking with everything they got going on. We fucking with their curriculums. We fucking with their programs. We messing with everything they have going on. So which one is it? Which one is it? And it's okay to be paradoxical. Y'all know I'm all about that. Y'all know I'm all about parables. Y'all know I'm all about polarity and duality. It's okay to feel like, damn, like I see the benefit, but I also see how this thing can be reconstructed. And so a lot of y'all, especially I'm talking to Connessione, come on, y'all facilitators, y'all are guides, y'all are coaches, y'all are doing the work. It's okay to be paradoxical. But now we need to take that which has worked and not worked, and we need to transform into what are systems that are sustainable that we can move forward in. And so, again, this is in many things. This is in relationship. This is in education. This is in religion. This is, we can keep the things and still transmute them and transform them and allow what is supposed to happen through our own embodiment come through. And so I met this person. So now I'm like, damn, I gotta show up super authentic. I gotta show up authentic because this is what I talk about, right? And so for me, although uncomfortable, I'm super grateful for like the opportunities in which I could come to that which I speak about. A lot of times people don't see that. They be like, oh, this person supposed to walk they walk, but then you expect them to go through. You expect yourself to you like I'm walking my walk, but you ain't never been through nothing to have to walk the walk. It's very similar to saying children don't trigger me, but then you never around children. You're not really gonna know until you get around children. So life is gonna give you the circumstances in which you gotta show up as the things you've been talking about. So this circumstance, I needed to show up authentic. And because I show up authentic, y'all know it's like a snowball effect. Like, now I gotta show up authentic, I do, and now I gotta deal with maybe this other person is not ready for this paradigm shift. But understanding deeply that they are, or they wouldn't even be in your resonance. That's another thing that you really gotta understand. Like, my homegirl, she meet a lot of poly people right now, not for nothing. And I'm like, sis, like, if you're meeting a lot of these people, your soul is calling for a particular experience. And that is okay. Doesn't mean that you have to jump into being polyamorous, nothing, but your soul is calling for the expansion that it takes in order to be seated in unconditional love. There's some things that need to be rewired. Again, you may not have to go in and be practicing polyamory, but there may be some beliefs even within your monogamy that you need to transform so that you can move forward with divine unions, with unconditional love, with compassion, with patience, with non-judgment. So again, if a construct make you feel uncomfortable, it's not because it's just F that construct, but it maybe, not even maybe, you are here to transform that construct. That's a part of your soul's highest destiny. And you can't be a part. Let me tell you something. These feelings are super meant to be because you cannot pioneer and cultivate new paradigms and revolutionary consciousness on the planet if you felt completely comfortable in the consciousness or construct or paradigm that already exists. Everything that you do, and this is crazy because I had gave this reading to somebody most recently, but what I had told her was that, do you know that these circumstances that you've been going through have been chosen on purpose so that you could be on purpose? Your own higher self has chosen to be of service by not fitting into that construct. People could say whatever they want about me and my polyamory. People could say whatever they want about me taking my daughter out of an academic setting for 5 years. Y'all didn't do no academics. They could say what they want. But those things not feeling right were meant to help course correct and heal an entire consciousness. So many people get to interact with me on such a level and get to Get to know the things that I pour myself into. I'm a 1-3. Again, if y'all into human design, I'm an investigator martyr. So one thing I'm gonna do, two things for certain. I'm gonna fuck around and find out. I'm gonna fuck around and find out by experience. And so the experiences that I've had, as far left field as someone else may think them to be, is for a reason. Me and my friend, me and my homegirls, we have taboo conversations. We not afraid of that. The young lady Kaylani posted recently that a reader had told her that her daughter was a past life love of hers. The whole damn ethers went crazy. Oh, take her child from her. Blah, 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 blah. But me and my friends, we sit around and we have the deep conversations of maybe if we have this taboo conversation, we can shift a lot of things. There are children that are being abused by parents, and we don't understand the energy that may be coming through. But maybe if we started to teach about the infinite energy we are, we could start to understand these things on a different level and transmute them. We could start. And so I don't be ashamed of nothing that I got going on in life ever, or nothing that I do, because I know that it's happening on purpose for me to help humanity, but it's all starting with me. And once the self is able to correct and align the consciousness within so that it is matched with the love and peace that exists so deep within my heart, it's easier to help others. And again, even if just by inspiration, even if just by telling your story, you are not meant to fit into places in which you are meant to transform. This is your devotion to not only your highest spiritual attainment, but the spiritual attainment of the planet. And it calls you forward. Your divine destiny is calling you forward. I know we got a lot of 2025 predictions. We got a lot of this is going on for you in 2025. But I'm here to tell you that 2025 is your divine destiny at your doorstep, baby. Waiting. Check your ring light. It's outside. Like, for real. And the thing about it is really coming in to understand that it been was like this. Every single thing that you've been through brought you to where you are. So I was sitting in the car having this conversation. And I was really thankful and grateful to my partner. I was, telling him like, yo, like, I'm grateful for you. And even though this is so uncomfortable, and because I'm able to vocalize, I love myself that I'm able to vocalize these things. What's up, Valerie? I love myself so much that I'm able to vocalize. I'm able to sit there and say, listen, your soul is playing a really uncomfortable part in my journey. You may feel slighted. You may feel unloved. You may feel all these things. It's very uncomfortable to you. But it's playing a part in me being able to show up authentic and integrity in what I speak on. And it's allowing me to walk my walk. So again, everything be happening on purpose so that you could be on purpose. Let me tell y'all, this beginning of the year, I want y'all to really, and it's not even me, y'all. This is the divine channel. This is spirit speaking. Y'all know anytime I'm coming through, I'm not coming from the ego. I'm really coming from spirit when I'm speaking to y'all. But spirit is really calling us, because divine destiny is knocking at your door, to unplug from mass consciousness, to unplug from these systems that you know deep within your being are not working. They are not conducive. They have served up until a point. They have served for our survival. But spirit consciousness is calling for our thrival, y'all. This is the time of walking into your divine destiny. It's calling you. Unplug from mass consciousness at a level in which you've never had before. Let go of any beliefs. Let go of any thought forms that do not serve you. They do not serve your highest destiny. No matter how unchallengeable they may be seeming. You may be really feeling like, what? Like, I know it's just one man, one woman. This is what I've learned my whole life. Oh, education is the key. This is what I've learned my whole life. It's nothing wrong with those things. But again, are they keeping us from our highest spiritual attainment? It is time to revise anything inside of us that is holding us back from our own spiritual power, y'all. It is time to move ahead in our divine destiny. I love you, Valerie. You know I love you. It is time. And it is only your destiny that is calling you forward. Do not fear this. Do not fear this. And let me tell y'all something. I always say this, but when you show up, it's really a muscle. You working it out. I'm telling my partner, I'm like, yo, like, I've been on this for 15 years. So I know I need to have patience with you. I don't expect you to shift within a month and be okay with XYZ and XYZ on information that I poured into myself for years. Not only information as a 1-3, even experiences I poured in, the experiences needed to come forth and be who I am for y'all. To be who I am first for myself, to be who I am for my family, to be who I am for the collective. And so again, what systems are you feeling like, man, this some bullshit? And be cool with feeling like it's some bullshit. Because you were not meant to be comfortable in places you was meant to transform. Maybe you love your connection with Jesus, but you ain't rocking with church. You supposed to transform church. You supposed to transform church. Once again, you love learning. You're not rocking with the education system. I love learning. I'm addicted. I've been to college mad times. I still see what is not conducive for our evolution. I see how the homogenization 2121 3 y'all know what I love about that number, that mastery. I see what the homogenization has done. I see the strife. I started this off talking about relationships. I got a teen daughter. You understand what I'm saying? I'm watching the program. And of course, when I was younger, I'm watching for enjoyment. Now I'm older. I'm watching for, I love symbolism. I'm watching for messages. I'm watching for these things. I'm watching and I'm like, yo, like, how many times we gonna run this story into the ground of you supposed to be with somebody forever? Now our 12-year-olds are like, I'm gonna be with Tim forever, and then what doesn't happen? Now your child want to commit suicide because they believe in a suffering. Yeah, and some of my friends get real triggered. Some of my friends get real triggered when I say monogamous mindset. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with monogamy. What I'm always speaking on is the mindset that comes with the expectation of somebody being your forever. And then when that doesn't happen, we are suffering. We want to kill, we want to hate. It's a whole big thing. We shaming, we blaming. I seen a young lady the other day, 30 something years old, 37 years old, talking about her 15-year-old boyfriend cheated. And he ain't shit, and my trust has been fucked up ever since. And this is crazy. At 15, this is the space in which we should be exploring. I was reading, actually, I got my partner reading Being in Love by Osho, and they talk about that time from 7 to 14 being the safest time for us to interact with the opposite sex. Yet if you peep, 7 to 14, they saying boys over here, girls over here. I went to all girls sleepovers only. So when our bodies were developing, where were we exploring? Only with other young ladies. Come on now. We gotta reshape how we going about life, and what are we really inputting? What are we really programming into the young people? We say we care about mental health. The beliefs do not align. The beliefs do not align with a succeeding mental health. What's up, Ashley? So what are we pouring into ourselves? What are we pouring into the children so that they do not have to have these beliefs and expectations that make them suffer so? Again, my daughter and them be mad, y'all. My daughter and them, I be like, y'all all poly. I be telling my daughter and them, I'm like, yo, y'all all poly because why aren't you getting to know the friends around you? They're going to be different people at 18, at 20, at 24. Allow them to unfold. The new partner, the new partner, he said, it's loving a flower, and so you leave it. You don't pick it. You leave it. And so again, y'all, whatever construct, whether it's again education, career, relationships, whatever construct that you feel uncomfortable in, you are meant to transform. 2444, you are meant to transform it. You are meant to transform it. I be watching Brother Ben X. He talk about God inside. He's Muslim. Again, maybe you rock with Muhammad, but you don't rock with the religion. Maybe you rock with Krishna, but you don't rock with the religion. Maybe you rock with Jesus, but you don't rock with the construct that makes us hate each other. That makes us say this man is or woman is wrong. You are literally here to change that. That's why I never set right. One of the things that never set right in me, I remember, and I don't even know why I feel like crying right now because it's. I remember I used to be sitting in church, and they used to be talking about Mother Mary. Not Mother Mary, I'm sorry. They used to be talking about Mary Magdalene. They used to be talking about Mary Magdalene, man, and it wasn't. It just never sat right with me. It never sat right with me. I'm like, son ain't right. And I remember as I got older, I had picked up the Sophia Code one day, and I read her transmission, and I could not stop crying because it's a deep knowing. Let me tell y'all another something. 25, 55. Let me tell y'all another something. Do not, do not let man, and I don't mean men, I'm saying man is a human. Do not let man tell you what you are deeply intuiting is wrong. I was sitting here, I read the Sophia Code, and I was in tears reading Mary Magdalene's transmission because I always knew. I always knew her story. And that's why I was sitting in church, it wasn't sitting right. Now I could sit at a place, y'all, and I could sit in any religious establishment, any education establishment, any relationship structure, and know it's only uncomfortable because I'm here to bring something to it that has not yet been seen. Got a couple of projectors on here. You seeing deeply. You seeing deeply. And it's because you're meant to transform these spaces. I knew deep within my heart that Magdalene was doing healing. I'm a woman. This is what we do. But she was doing it at a time in which she would have been killed. She would have been murdered. She would have been slain. People would fall asleep and they would see Jesus because it was a protection for her. She was in spaces that were uncomfortable because she was meant to transform the spaces. Come on. So many people calling a homeschool transforming spaces. Maybe something that you learn homeschooling, you bring into the children. The minute I brought my daughter back to school, again, unschooled, 5 years, no academics, y'all. The minute I let her read into 7th grade, I was like, nah, let's bring a program. Let's bring a program in the school. In the school, they can feel however they feel about me or what I'm teaching or what I got to say. But I know what is needed. 2757 777. Y'all know I'm going to be, come on. You meant to transform these spaces, y'all. Let me see what the comments real quick. I had this exact same conversation with myself when it comes to dating while being a single mother. These things aren't spoken about as much with children. The thing is, y'all, the children got wisdom for us. I sat there the other day, I told my daughter, I said, yo, Maya, I deeply love two people. I deeply, deeply love them. I'm like deeply in love with these two mugs. Because it was the realization of, this experience that I get from this first partner, I cannot get from this other partner, and vice versa. And it's because they're in two different spaces, and I'm so honoring and loving that. The one person is showing me how open and receptive and seeking to understand a person can be when it is out of their belief system or whatever the case may be. While the other person gives me an experience of, yo, you ain't gotta explain yourself. And I'm sitting in the car this morning and I'm like talking to the one partner and I'm like, yo, for real, I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve these connections. I deserve y'all. I deserve this because I poured exponentially into myself in order to be like, yo, it's time that you are deeply understood, resonated with, felt. Of course, I had to do a couple things like live by my design, wait for the invitations, all these different things, absolutely. But I deserve this. So let me see this next joint. Yes, it causes so much suffering. Also very transformative. I think we will be not taking it into the new world. The old construct is crumbling. Married 39 years here. It was correct for the old way, no longer. I can't rock with church anymore. I rock with the big source. That's it. That's it. The children got wisdom for us. Talk to these kids. Talk to these kids and show them something different. That was something that, man, I can't wait for my daughter to be over 18 so I can talk about our journey on a grand scale. Right now, they'll be like, lock this lady up, throw away the key. She's a crazy mom. Okay? But baby, the things that I am going to be able to speak about as a 1-3 and she a 1-3 too, when she hit that 18 age, ooh, 3 years, y'all. I'm gonna be coming with the stories. I'm already writing them down. I'm already keeping track. I'm already making my living word so that when that time comes, y'all can really deeply understand, man. Y'all can really deeply understand. And Valerie, and I only gave the work for semantics because y'all know I love to say we ain't doing no work over here. We doing worship. And so the worship that you've done on yourself, it's time for you to bring these into these spaces. You're at a point your highest destiny is calling. Your highest destiny always been calling, but now you have the awareness. Like I said, we in Connessione. We in Connessione. Y'all are magnificent. Y'all have done what needs to be done to be able to be of service, to be able to hold space. Your highest destiny is right there, and it's right in them spaces that you felt like, I ain't fucking with that. Bring love into that, y'all. Bring love into that. Y'all, I'm watching people in Christianity bringing the unconditional love, baby. Bring love into everything you doing. Especially when you know what is ever on your divine heart, it's not for malice, it ain't for revenge, it ain't for a lower paradigm of being. It's coming into you because you have a heart for the collective that is so big and vast that it cannot be put asunder. Let no man put asunder. That's it. I'm not even, like I said, y'all, this morning and the other day when I said, what am I going to be talking about? It was talking about holding space. And then I woke up, I said, nah, that ain't what the live going to be about today. That's not what it's going to be about today. You have been uncomfortable in some spaces. You have been uncomfortable in some places. And it is because every uncomfortability, every trigger, every scenario happened on purpose so you could be on purpose. Everything that's ever happened to me, was so I can sit here and pour into y'all the way I do, and I love it. So I can't never say, I wish that never happened. I regret that happened. Hell no. I love that happened. I love that I was so uncomfortable. I love that I was so triggered. I love that I went through whatever I needed to go through so that I could sit here and I could really be a vessel of divine love. I get to be with a collective that is ushering in a new paradigm of being. We ain't even in 2027 yet. We ain't even in 2030 yet. But I get to be a part of this collective via the experiences that I've had. It's time for y'all to look at y'all experiences. I heard this morning. Your highs and your lows is a symbiotic relationship. You wouldn't even enjoy them highest of the highs unless you had experienced them lowest of the lows. You wouldn't even enjoy your happiness unless you had experienced your sadness. You wouldn't even enjoy your wealth and abundance unless you had experienced the poverty and the lack. So when I tell y'all, it is time for y'all to come into this space and just be so grateful to everything that had to transpire so that you could be who you came to be. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I get on here and I say this all the time. Actually, I'm not even going to make this live long today. We going to get up off it. Because I think I gave exactly what needed to give today. 34, 34, 7, 7. I gave exactly what I needed to give today. Like I told you, I didn't know what was going on. I guess the last thing that I'll probably leave y'all with is just a prayer. It's just a simple thing. It's just very simple. I think I'm going to leave y'all with a little prayer, a little mantra, some little words that you can use. Write these down. Allow them to fill your spirit. My destiny is in my own heart. I allow my higher self to guide me deeper within myself so that I can receive everything that is divinely ordained for me. It will always find me. With peace in my heart, I receive that which is guiding me in unconditional love into the fullness of expression of my own divine being. And so it is. Ashe, ashe. Embrace y'all divine destiny, man. I'm out of here today. I love y'all. Y'all know the vibes every time. I'm grateful. I really am. I'm out of here, man. I love y'all. Peace. Peace.